All right, so get ready because we are going deep today. We're diving into something a little different, a little more on the fun side.
Yeah. Okay.
We're going to be looking at just one little piece of information today, a fun fact you could call it,
All right.
about a very specific pinball machine.
Okay.
You ready for this?
Yeah, hit me.
It's the Data-East Batman pinball machine.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so imagine this, right? You walk into an arcade, maybe back in the day, and you've got the flashing lights and the sounds of all those pinball machines going off.
Yeah.
But then there, in the middle of it all, is a machine dedicated to the Dark Knight himself, Batman.
Uh-huh.
We're talking Gotham City, villains, the whole 9 yards.
Interesting.
Now, even though this might seem like just a small bit of trivia, I bet we can dig into this and find some interesting stuff, right?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, on the surface, it might seem like an odd pairing, like Batman's dark and gritty and pinball's all bright lights and action.
Totally. So how did they even make that work?
Yeah, well, it's interesting. They definitely leaned into the classic Batman imagery.
Oh, okay.
So think like gargoyles, those dramatic searchlights, the whole brooding cityscape vibe.
Right.
They incorporated all of that into the machine's artwork and design.
So you really get that Gotham feeling.
Exactly. But then to add to that, they threw in features like ramps that are designed to look like the Batmobile racing through the streets.
Oh, wow.
And then they've got targets that are shaped like Batman's iconic villains.
Oh, cool.
It's like this visual mashup, but honestly, it works really well. It's kind of cool.
It sounds kind of campy in a way.
Yeah, it has that retro vibe for sure, but that's part of its charm, I think.
So they really nailed the visual aspect of it.
Yeah.
But what about the actual gameplay?
Oh, they totally worked in the Batman theme there, too.
Okay, how so?
Well, for one, they designed these multi-ball modes that are centered around Batman's classic battles with his villains.
Like,
So you've got like Joker and Penguin. Those are some of the big ones.
Nice.
And then get this, they even have this bat signal feature.
no way. What's that?
So when you hit a specific target on the machine, it would light up an actual bat signal
Oh, that's awesome.
on the back glass of the machine. So you're like really immersed in that world while you're playing.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
So even if the overall design of the machine isn't super intricate, they were clever about weaving that whole Batman theme into how the game actually plays.
Right, exactly.
Do we know if this pinball machine was popular back when it was released?
It came out in 1991, which, if you remember, was right after Tim Burton's Batman movie.
Yeah,
So you can imagine it got a lot of attention just because of the timing.
makes sense.
And even though it might not be as valuable or sought after as some other machines from that time, there are still collectors today that are really into it.
I bet.
Yeah, especially those that really appreciate the combination of Batman and pinball.
You know, it just makes you think how you have this legendary character like Batman who's been around for, what, like almost a century?
Yeah, forever.
And then you've got Pinball, which is this classic arcade game that never really seems to die out.
And when you bring those two together, you get something totally new and different.
Totally. And it says a lot about how powerful these kinds of collaborations or mashups can be.
Right.
Like, it's all about tapping into our nostalgia, that love we have for these iconic things, while also giving us a totally fresh way to experience them.
Yeah, exactly.
And it makes you wonder, right? Like, what other unexpected pairings of pop culture icons and games could be out there?
Yeah.
Or even better, what could we imagine?
Like what?
What if there was a Super Mario themed foosball table, right? Or how about like a Lord of the Rings inspired air hockey game?
Whoa. Okay, my mind is blown now. Lord of the Rings air hockey.
Right?
I never would have thought of that, but now that you say it, I can totally picture it.
Exactly.
The possibilities really are endless when you think about it like that.
That's the beauty of it, I guess. Always something new to discover.
Totally.
It's a fun thought to end on.
It is. All right, well, that's our deep dive for today. Thanks for listening.
Thanks for having me. Catch you next time.
See ya.